Imagine spending $40 million on a car that hasn't even rolled off the final assembly line yet. Now imagine that car is powered by batteries, built by a brand famous for roaring 12-cylinder engines, and was publicly trashed by its own former chairman just 3 months ago. Saturday night in Monterey, California, the collector car world completely lost its mind. Ferrari auctioned off chassis zero of its brand new Luce electric supercar, and when the hammer finally came down, the bid stopped at an eye-watering $40 million. That is more than 36 times the original pre-sale estimate of $1.1 million. It is roughly 62 times the actual window sticker price of the car itself. To put that number in perspective, this single brand new electric vehicle came within $8.4 million of beating a legendary 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO, which is widely considered the absolute holy grail of automotive collecting. If you thought the transition to electric powertrains was going to destroy the collector market for Italian exotics, you might want to sit down and reconsider. Because what just happened on that stage in California rewrites the playbook on how ultra-wealthy buyers view luxury electric vehicles. To understand why this $40 million number is so completely unhinged, we have to rewind to May of this year. Ferrari hosted a lavish world premiere in Rome to unveil the Luce to the global press. They expected standing ovations, glowing headlines, and immediate celebration. Instead, the exact opposite happened. The car got absolutely savaged by automotive purists and brand loyalists who claimed building a battery electric Ferrari was the ultimate betrayal of Enzo Ferrari's original vision. Former Ferrari chairman Luca di Montezemolo publicly stated that the iconic prancing horse badge did not belong on an electric vehicle. Wall Street panicked right along with the purists, causing Ferrari stock to take an immediate hit following the reveal. The internal fallout was so intense that Maranello replaced its head of marketing barely 4 weeks later. Critics across the automotive world lined up to declare the Luce dead on arrival. They claimed high-net-worth collectors would never spend serious capital on silent batteries and electric motors. Yet behind the scenes, an entirely different reality was playing out. Before a single customer delivery had taken place, Ferrari quietly sold out its entire 2026 production allocation of roughly 500 vehicles in less than 60 days. Let that sink in. The mainstream press and online purists were busy writing obituaries for the project, while actual buyers were aggressively wiring six-figure deposits to secure build slots. And that sudden surge of demand set the stage for the absolute frenzy we just witnessed at the RM Sotheby's auction. So what makes this specific $40 million machine so special compared to the standard production run? This particular car is chassis ZFF21 BUA 8T0338000, officially designated as Chassis Zero. It represents the very first production spec unit ever constructed under the Luce development program. RM Sotheby's offered the car with zero reserve, meaning it was guaranteed to sell regardless of how low or high the bidding went. They also waived the standard buyer's premium entirely, which means the entire $40 million serves as both the raw hammer price and a direct tax-deductible gift to the Ferrari Foundation. This 501c3 organization will direct every single penny toward funding global educational programs. Beyond its historical status as Chassis Zero, the vehicle received the full tailor-made treatment directly from Maranello's bespoke division. The exterior features an exclusive one-off paint finish called Madreperla Semi-Gloss. This specialized multi-layer paint actually shifts across the color spectrum, moving from a subtle deep green to a rich violet depending on the angle of sunlight hitting the bodywork. Step inside the cockpit and you will not find a single square inch of standard black trim. Instead, Ferrari fitted the interior with Le Mans metallic leather finished in perla, paired with striking Grigio Corvara contrasting accents. According to Ferrari, this marks the first time in company history that black materials have been completely eliminated from the interior specification of a flagship model. Custom dedicated wheels, bespoke brake calipers, and an optical white prancing horse emblem complete the look. Here's the wild part. The winning bidder did not even get to drive the car home from the auction. As soon as the event wrapped up, the car was loaded into a secure container and shipped straight back to Maranello for final production assembly. The anonymous buyer will not take official delivery of the car until the first quarter of 2027. Now, you might be asking yourself if this sale represents genuine demand for electric sports cars or simply a massive charity tax write-off disguised as an exotic car purchase. The answer is actually a fascinating combination of both. Ferrari has turned these massive charity auction spectacles into a predictable annual tradition. Last August, at this exact same Monterey sale, a bespoke one-off Daytona SP3 built outside the standard 599 car production run brought $26 million. At the time, that transaction set the world record as the most expensive brand new car ever sold at a public auction. Ferrari just shattered that record by 54% using an electric vehicle. If you go back even further, a unique LaFerrari Aperta crossed the auction block in 2017 for $10 million to support international earthquake relief efforts. Every single time Ferrari brings a unique Chassis Zero build to a major charity stage, ultra-wealthy bidders compete aggressively to lock in iconic provenance while capturing significant philanthropic benefits. However, writing off this $40 million figure purely as a tax strategy completely ignores what is happening across the broader hypercar marketplace. Consider the standard baseline numbers. A regular production Ferrari Luce carries a starting price tag of €550,000, or roughly $640,000 in the United States. Meanwhile, multi-million-dollar dedicated electric hypercars like the Rimac Nevera and the Pininfarina Battista retail between $2.2 million and $2.5 million. Yet those low-volume boutique models have notoriously struggled to sell out their tiny production runs of 150 units over several years. Ferrari, on the other hand, just sold out 500 units of a six-figure EV in 8 weeks, and then watched a unique prototype command $40 million. That stark contrast proves something fundamental about the collector market. Buyers are not necessarily rejecting the concept of electric performance powertrains. What they demand is bulletproof brand prestige, unmatched racing heritage, and guaranteed long-term historical significance. A high-performance electric powertrain from a startup remains an unproven technological gamble for most conservative collectors. A high-performance electric powertrain, backed by the historical weight of Maranello, is instantly treated as a permanent piece of automotive history. Ferrari took the ultimate public relations gamble by developing a zero-emissions platform, weathered intense media criticism, and came out on the other side holding a world record auction hammer price. The traditional internal combustion faithful may never fully accept battery power, but the financial market has officially spoken. When modern collectors look at the turning point of luxury mobility, they are clearly willing to pay 8 figures to own the very first page of that new chapter. If you want to stay ahead of the massive shifts transforming the global auto industry, hit that subscribe button right now. Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. Did this buyer just purchase a priceless piece of automotive history, or is spending $40 million on an electric car pure insanity? I want to read your perspective, and I will see you in the next video.